I mean, Kevin, you've had kind of a skeleton crew most of this spring. I mean, just how do you think that's impacted not having guys like DeMarge Lewis out there? Hadrian Jenkins hasn't been out there hardly at all. It just seems like you're missing some key guys this spring.
Yeah, you know, I think it's been, well, you always got to look at the positive sides of things. Obviously, you'd love to have those guys out there and you know, learn the system, be part of the system, and do all that. But on the flip end of it, you know, you're always one play away from those guys not being in there again. So these guys behind them are getting a lot of reps, a lot of experience that's going to help them come fall time. And, you know, I think we constantly ask those injured guys questions when we're not out in the field just to keep their minds into it and everything and help them coach on the field. I think these guys are well in tune and ready to roll when they do get back healthy. And, you know, I think they've got enough vested reps underneath their belts, at least for KJ's standpoint. DeMarge, we got to get him back, get him rolling, you know, but I think, you know, for one guy's down, next guy up. You know, you got to keep your guys going.
How different do you think the personnel for you is going to be from now until September 2nd against Fresno State?
Oh, there's going to be some new faces. You know, from the new signees, from the high school ranks to the portal and everything else. You know, we have to add to our roster, and we're gonna, if there's a good football player that can help our team out, you know, we're not scared to go get them. So I think you're going to see some new faces here, and you know, whatever's going to help us win the games.
Of those people that have gotten that increased playing time, stepping into those injured people, is there anyone that stood out especially and taken advantage of that opportunity that stuck out to you?
Yeah, I think like Joe Anderson has had a great spring. You know, I've been excited to see where he's at. You know, you hear things about guys when you come in, like this guy this guy's that. And then Joe's been out there every day just getting better and better and better, and really excited for what he's going to be able to do. Mo Minot is part of, I don't know, I screwed that name up, but Big Mo.
Ross-Ade.
Yeah, exactly. He continues to get better every day, and you know, I think he's going to continue to help us, and guys like that are just getting thrusted in and getting a ton of reps that are going to help us in the future. I think it's going to be great. You know, I could go on and on between the linebackers and the safeties and DBs too, but those guys are the ones that I know for sure they're going to have a great impact for us.
You've talked a couple times about Antonio Stevens, about how you think he's grown since you got here. Just what in particular has he gotten better at, in your opinion?
You know, I think he's kind of changed his body a little bit. You know, I think as far as like from a physical standpoint, and he's kind of fine-tuned his craft. You know, he's still got a ways to go. He's still got to learn some stuff. But from where I saw he was in bowl prep to how he took advantage of all of the off-season workouts, whether he was by himself or he got together with Coach OB to ask questions, to study film, he's just kind of taking the reins on that stuff. So I think his technique has gotten a lot better, and it's just, you know, his overall confidence on the field has gotten a lot better. So, you know, excited to see what he can do come fall.
Mo's a guy that's a little undersized, but how does he make up for that with,
Who's that?
Mo.
Yep.
Just had a tireless motor, kind of, you know.
That's all of it. That's, you know, he does have a little thing called natural leverage, you know, where he's able to get underneath, and he's strong as an ox, and he's got thick ass legs and everything else you want. So he can hold the point really well, and then his motor is something else. You know, he never stops from snap 1 to snap 100. He's gotten a lot of reps this spring because of our depth, and it doesn't matter what part of practice it is. It's always full go Mo. You know, so I think that's a rare trait for a lot of D linemen. You know, sometimes they get gassed pretty easy. And shoot, he goes the whole practice and does a really good job. Same motive the whole time.
Have any of the true freshmen stood out, like Jamarian Harkless or Owen Davis, Zion Gunn, Dylan Thieneman, anybody of that?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, I'm excited to see what Chops, Jamarian Harkless, he goes by Chops, you know, so make sure you get that right. Big fan of the pork chops. So I think he just has a thing that you can't coach, which is size. You know, he's a big human being that in our system he's gonna eat up a lot of space, which is great. You know, he's coming off some stuff, so he's going to get back into the fall, but he's got some reps now under his belt. You know, Will Helt has been a very impressive individual. Dylan Thieneman has been incredible on the back end. He might be one of our bigger surprises of the spring as well. You know, Zion Gunn is learning. You know, he's got to continue to learn what it's like at this level. And then I'm just trying to think who else is. Owen Davis, I'm excited about him, man. He's got that thing you can't coach, which is like, you know, he's just going to keep playing. You know, and he's got a kind of ignorance is bliss sometimes, and just keep growing and go play hard, and he'll be fine. But I'm excited for the future of those guys.
You know, Ethan Cole hasn't been out here at all.
Yeah.
Matthew's been hurt, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, he's dealing with some injury bugs and stuff like that. So once he gets healthy, hopefully he can get out there and help us.
What does Joe Anderson do so well that's kind of made him stand out?
You know, I think he has length. You know, he's got long arms. He's got some height on him, which allows him to separate from blocks and get off the blocks and then make tackles when he needs to. So, I think the more he gets comfortable with how Coach Haley's teaching how we're playing those guys, and he'll continue to play with pad level and leverage. I think he's going to be able to use that length and get off blocks. You know, I think the guy the last place we were at he had that length and made a ton of plays because of it, just from going from here to grabbing a guy and falling down. You know, so that's the big thing that helps him in that position.
How's this spring been for you? Obviously, you've been a defense coordinator before in the past, but stepping into this role once again at a new school.
It's been great. You know, I think it goes back to what Coach Walt did. He hired great people. So like when we come to work, man, it's like I have fun when I come to work. I get to hang out with Coach Haley, I get to hang out with Coach Deneen and all these guys, Coach Carter, and we have fun in there. And I think the guys know the system, know who Coach Walt is, you know, I think Coach Walt did a great job that he hired people that he knows that can do their jobs, and now he's been able to do the head coaching stuff, you know, and he doesn't have to worry about the defense. He knows what's going to happen with that, and then he can go learn what the offense is doing more. He can go be a head coach and do the head coach duties that he needs to do. Know that when we get out in the field, you know, the fundamentals and everything else is going to be taken care of. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of transition into this role because we know exactly what we're going to do on defense. We're not thinking about, all right, this is what we think we're going to be able to do. It's like, hey, this is what it is. This is what we're going to do, and then let's get this taught. And I think from teaching from day one to now, I mean, I said this on day one, how impressed I am with our guys, how fast they're picking up the scheme. And now they're just kind of going out there and playing now. Instead of thinking about what they're doing, they're reacting and anticipating what the offense is going to do now, which is great.
Is he giving you 100% freedom, you know, kind of staying out of your hair? Or I'm sure he has some input.
Oh, he's always got. He's the head coach, man. He can do whatever he wants. No, but he's been great. He's kind of like I said, he's let us do our thing because I think he trusts us and knows that it's going to be well taken care of. But if he has ideas or he sees something that he doesn't like, he's going to let us know, like any head coach. And you know, I think you know, you always want that input. You know, he's pretty good at what he did, so he might as well. That's like why don't I want his help? You know, so the more minds, the merrier.
Nose tackle's position, that's new to this team that you guys are bringing in. How's that position group looking, and who's stuck out over there?
Yeah, so again, we're building the depth. You know, I think, you know, Mo's been in that role. You know, Cole Brevard's a guy that's going to be a guy in that spot. You know, Jamarian Harkless Chops is going to be in that spot. So I think we got guys. DeMarge Lewis might be able to rotate in on that stuff. So, you know, early down stuff, I think you can see those big bodies. And when we get to our passing downs and third down packages, you'll see some different people kind of roll through there. But, you know, I feel pretty good about the depth right now. We just got to continue to stay healthy and kind of just teach the nuances of that new nose. You know?
You told us a few weeks ago that as they were learning defense, they're thinking first and then reacting. So how would you say that? Where would you say they're at now?
Yeah, I think they're getting to the anticipation side. So now they know what to do. Now they're anticipating if this receiver's lined up here, this is what he's going to do. So now they're anticipating that route and then reacting to what it is happening.
They're using their instincts more.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. So that's the fun part. It's all right. They've seen, you know, you're going against the same offense every day, which is great, you know, but it's the same thing that you're doing in the course of the season. You're practicing against this one offense per week. You start studying, all right, this is what they're doing in this formations. All right, boom, this is what I can anticipate, you know. And getting lined up, just get lined up, you know. And then now we can start thinking about, all right, this is what's going to happen next and everything else. And then it just allows them to play faster that way.
Anything else, Coach?